Hello friends, welcome back to Wilp Wallah. Today we are going to solve fourth question from the model paper, sample paper for the mid exams. So if you have watched the other three problems as well, here I am going to explain the fourth problem in the same way, in a simple easy way. And what is the exact answer you have to write in the exam? Only that answer I am going to discuss here. Okay, so let's start the video. So first of all, there are two parts in the question. This is the first part, A part. Okay, what is the question given? The following is a dump of a TCP header in hexadecimal format. So it is a dump of TCP header. So it is in hexadecimal format. Okay, which format? It is in hexadecimal format, like 0532 0017 0000 0001 8 zeros 5002 207FF and 8 zeros. Okay, so what we need to find? We need to find what is the source port number, what is the destination port number, what is the sequence number, what is the acknowledgement number, what is the length of the header, and what is the type of the segment, and what is the window size. Okay, so if you got the same question, definitely won't get the same question, but if you get any question to write the source port number or destination port number, so this video will help you not only to understand the solution of this question, but you can write in the exam as well. So how you can write the port number with the given TCP header, that is in hexadecimal format. So here it is in hexadecimal format. Now let us write for the source port number. For source port number, right, the first four numbers we have to take. Here, what is the source port number? Nothing but take the first four bits. Okay, it is in hex. So by converting into decimal, we will get 1330. Okay, here we converted this one. Which one is in hexadecimal, right? There, right? We have converted that into first four bits. Okay, we have converted that into decimal and we got the value as 1330. So that is the value for the source port number is equal to 1330. Now the next four numbers describes about the destination port number, that is 0017. Just convert it into decimal. Okay, so after converting this 0017 which is in hexadecimal to decimal, we will get 23. So destination port number is 23. Next 0532 done, 0017 run. Now this one sequence number, this is called sequence number. So after converting the sequence numbers, 8 bits there, right? Sequence number to hexadecimal to decimal, we will get the sequence number equal to 1. Then what is the hexadecimal number? This one, sorry, acknowledgement number. It is in hexadecimal, right? If we convert that hexadecimal number into decimal, then still we got 0, as the acknowledgement number is also 0. And the next one is, what is the length of the header? Here a small complication occurs. So length of the header, these 4 bits describes the length of the header. Okay, now first we have to understand what is meant by data offset. Okay, in TCP, header length is not written directly in bytes. Okay, we need to find the length of the header, right? So header length is not written directly in bytes. Okay, first it is written in the data offset field, and after that it is data offset is equal to number of 32 bit. 32 bits nothing but 4 bytes. Words, number of 32 bit words in the TCP header. Okay, got it? So this field is 4 bits long and is the first 4 bits of the hex value, hexa value. Okay, so first we need to convert the hexadecimal to binary, only the first digit. So we have taken in this, we have taken the first digit, that is 5, and we have converting that into 5 into binary 0101. Okay, now these 4 bits, the 0101 4 bits are there, right? These 4 bits represent the data offset. So data offset is 0101. Now convert data offset to decimal. So after converting the data offset to decimal, we will get a 5. Okay, so TCP header length is 5 words, but we need in bytes, right? So one word equal to 32 bits, or we can say 4 bytes. One word equal to 4 bytes. So total header length is 5 into 4, that is 20. So similarly, see, I am telling once more, data offset field is starting number you have to take 5, you have converted that into binary, this one into binary, and we have got the bits. Okay, so again we have converted that into binary, decimal. We have got that 5. Okay, so here there are total 5 words, and each byte, each word has 4 bytes. So total header length will be 20 bytes. Okay, so the data offset field is 5, which means the TCP header consists of 5 words. Since each word is 4 bytes, the header length is 5 into 4, that is equal to 20 bytes. Okay, now the next is what is the type of segment. Okay, so here after this 5002 is there, right? This one is there, this one is not completely done. 522 is due. First, before solving this, which type, what is the type of segment, right? You need to know one thing. The 16-bit, know where the flags are in TCP. We should know where are the flags are in TCP. So in the 16-bit field of 5002 contains, so it is a hexadecimal 16-bit, right? So first 4-bit is for header length. Okay, and next 6 bits will be reserved, and the next 6 bits will be controlled by flags. Did you got it? See what I am telling it. 5002 is there, right? By converting that into 16-bit field, okay, the first 4 bits are reserved for the header length, which we have already done. This 5 is for header length finding, and the second next 6 bits is reserved. Reserved means nothing but like it is for reserved. So last 6 bits is for control flags. Okay, so for control flags, last 6 bits. So we focus only on the last 8 bits, lower byte. Okay, 02. So 02, if we convert that 02, 5002 is there, right? This 02 into binary, we will get 4 zeros and 0010. Okay, so for this you need to understand the TCP control flags. I will be showing that in the next slide. So whenever you are getting the flag field like this, your SYN bit will be 1, and the segment segment type will be SYN segment. Why? I will show the table. Okay, and next last one is window. Window size. Window size is nothing but 07 of last one there, right? Just convert it into decimal. You will get the window size. That's all. Now let me show you the table. Okay. See, this is the TCP control flags table. Big position. These are the position, sorry, bit positions. These are all the bit positions, and these are all the flags. So for this position, the flag will be this, like this. So we got this position, right? 10. So we have used SYN flag. That's all from the first part. And what is about the second part, B part? You are a part of team developing a secure messaging application. Okay, the application sends encrypted messages between users. Suppose that the application wants to send 6 frames of each 8 bits. Okay, we have 6 frames of how many bits? Of each 8 bits. Where the frames are, these are all the frames. Okay, some users have reported receiving garbled messages. Okay, to address this issue, you decide to implement a checksum. Okay, checksum mechanism for message validation. So we have to calculate the checksum at the sender side, and we have to verify the checksum at the receiver side. Okay. First, further, what you have to do, just these are all there in binary, right? Just add these all. Okay, first of all, add these binary terms. So first of all, write the binary terms. What are all given? Given 6 frames. These are the 6 frames of 8 bit series. Now first we have to calculate the checksum calculation at sender. So you have to first add all the given frames, binary addition, by using binary addition. Then take the ones complement of the sum. That's all. You will get the checksum calculation at the sender. Okay, for finding the checksum calculation at sender, first what you need to do, what are all the given frames are there, right, of 8 bits, just add all those things, you will get a result. After that result, convert that into ones complement. Okay, then you will get the checksum calculation at sender. Now checksum's verification at receiver. So add all the frames of checksum. Okay, so here if you can see, you will get this one and the main one. Okay, so after adding these two, what we are doing here, we are adding all frames and checksum, all frames plus checksum. So what we will get, all will be ones, and we will take the ones complement. Since the result is 0, no error is detected. Okay, so for verification we should know whether there is error or not, like that. Okay, so What are the things we have done for the second part? For calculating checksum at the sender level and the checksum verification at receiver. First we have added all the things. In the first part we have added all the terms and we have taken the ones complement at the sender level. While the verification level at receiver level, what we have done? We have added all the frames plus the checksum of sender. We got the final value and we have taken the ones complement of that final value and we got all the zeros. Yes or no? So even like we got the value as all zeros, right? Since the result is 0, no error is detected. Okay, that's all. In the verification we can write this step. That's all for this question of model 4. So again in the series, right, there is one more problem that to be solved. So if you like my explanation or should I change any explanation, so if you have any suggestions for that, so you can provide me in the comment section. Also if you have any doubts, you can provide a message in the comment section. So if you find my video helpful, don't forget to subscribe to Wilp Wallah. See you in my next video. Okay, thank you.